This is the MAAP REAL talk show here. We're at the state capital, Arizona, ladies and gentlemen. MAAP REAL with you. However, I just want to let people know this is life. We have one life and one standard for Rumble later on. When people say they didn't see this particular video and got cut off, we'll be on Rumble and we'll be at Cloud Hub. That's the only thing I wanted to say. First, this is MAAP REAL talk show again with you, George. I'm behind the camera. I'm here with
Daniel Wood.
Mr. Wood, can you tell me why I was summoned here today?
So we asked you to be here today because we'd like to read a proclamation here at the Capitol with the Senate and House on both sides of us. The proclamation is basically going to speak on the fact that we put a petition in and it wasn't heard on the floor, and we the people are trying to be heard, and also that we just done 2 more audits, one being for the audit of the Supreme Court. And so this is what we're doing as far as getting our voice heard. If we can't get heard in there, we're going to try to get heard out here with the public. And so the public knows what is happening and what's going on.
Okay, you want to start, sir? Or,
yeah.
Oh, you only need questions, or you already know what's going on?
I'm going to go ahead and read from here if you don't mind.
Yes, sir. Of course, that's fine.
Okay, on this 30th day of March 2022, we are here between the 2 houses of our legislature to make a proclamation. We stand in solidarity this day as individuals. We make this proclamation of our own free will and ideas. We are out here because we are not allowed in the houses unless we are quiet, watch, or do not speak. The legislature makes its own proclamation inside the chambers where the people have no voice. So we stand out here outside the halls of government in the public square. Last week we submitted a petition to be read on the House floor. The petition asked the House to start the impeachment investigation process to impeach Secretary of State Katie Hobbs. No legislator stepped forward to sponsor the petition and read it. Why? Our petition was filed and ignored. It was even given a mention in the chambers. No mention was made that any of the people filed a petition. No mention that an official petition was filed with the Chief Clerk's office. No mention of the subject of impeachment. We the people are fed up. Our system is broken. It is past time for reform. When our legislators listen to lobbyists and attorneys, but there is no way for us average people to be sure our concerns are heard, the system is broken. Article 2, Section 5 of the Arizona Constitution says the right of petition shall never be abridged. Yet it has happened. Our right to be heard and have a voice in the government has been ignored, avoided, and cut off. We have submitted another petition today given to both houses to have the legislators start the process to audit to the Supreme Court of Arizona. Arizona law says it can happen, and it needs to happen. We have made 4 attempts through constitutional means to bring elections issues before the court. We receive arbitrary treatment from the judges that treated us as a different class than others. We have brought substantially similar cases as ours to the court. Just like being ignored and deprived of our right to redress a grievance in the legislature, the same has been true for us in the highest court of Arizona. No branch of government is above the law. A full and thorough audit of procedures regarding administration of justice and due process and policies in the Supreme Court is needed. Is the court adherent to oath, bond, and ethics? It is not true oversight if the court is only answerable to other judges and attorneys that are members of the Bar Association. If finances or undue influences from the Bar Association or other entities are to blame for any appearance of or actual conflict of interest, the people need to know it is our money they are spreading and our liberties they protect and defend by bond of oath. All of the finances of the Supreme Court and the Bar must be audited. After all, the court and the Bar serve a public function of extreme importance. Let them be fined a daily fine if they do not immediately give access to all items necessary to see what they are really up to. Those that serve us are not a special class who are above the law and get to excuse their bad actions by saying they get to have discretion, since the courts make special rules for itself regarding public records. Let the auditors look at everything to make sure the federal and state funds and programs they administer are all in order. It is our money. We have foundations and fundamental principles in what was written by our forefathers. It is one thing to have written guidance and rule of a law. It is quite another to actually follow what is written when you swear to it. Veterans who have fought for this country and to defend this Constitution have come home to find that it seems not to be worth the paper it is written on. Yet every single public officer swears an oath to uphold it. This is devastating to those whose bodies were broken by war, or who have gave their lives to defend each of the people's natural rights and for the liberty and justice of all. We hold these same truths to be self-evident that the founders of this country did, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. That to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. The right of the people to be heard must be restored. The right to petition and of free speech is not just the right to speak or write an email or send a letter. The rights of petition and remonstrances are the right to be on the record, to be heard and considered in the halls of government and the courts. If we do not have this, we are not a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. Emails, former letters, certified mail, and phone calls with critical grievance, evidence, and serious issues were ignored or lost in the shuffle. Without a formal way to be recognized or considered on the record, the people are left in last place while lobbyists and attorneys have the ear and the ability to get past the noise and be heard. We wonder whether any emails, letters, or phone calls get through, and whether any of our heart, intent, ideas, and grievances are heard. In the early days of our nation, it was excessive discretion by the magistrate that wrote the people up to reform things and caused the people of Massachusetts to make a law that ensured the people the right to petition and be heard in the halls of the government, council, as well as the courts. Here we are again, excessive discretion being used as an excuse for our public servants to do whatever they want. So we are here petitioning the legislator to restore our right to be heard on the floor of government, to start the process to impeach Katie Hobbs and perform their oversight function by ordering an audit of the Arizona Supreme Court. So this is our proclamation as of March 30th, 2022. So what we have done is we're just wanting to be heard here, folks. That's all we want. We want to be heard. All these folks have been working hard to get a voice in the courts, to get a voice in the House, so as many of you have. And so it's time to document these things, and that's what we've done. We have documented everything on the House floor, Senate floor, and the courts in the Supreme Court now. But I want to thank you for this time and hope that you shared this and let the people know what's going on. Okay, George.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.